today we are diving into the story behind the 2026 appearance of the JIBQ-S missile launcher allegedly linked to the Philippines. What it is, how it works, why it matters for Manila's defenses, and the strategic ripple effects across the region. Start with the basics. The JIBQ-S is a self-propelled, vehicle-mounted very short-range air defense system built to fire manpads-type missiles like the Igloo-S or Verba. It carries multiple ready-to-launch missiles in a turreted launcher on an armored chassis, and it's designed to give frontline units quick, mobile protection against helicopters, attack aircraft, cruise missiles and drones. What makes the JIBQ-S unusual and attention-grabbing is that it essentially mounts shoulder-fired missiles on an automated, stabilized platform. That gives a unit the rapid reaction and stabilization benefits of a vehicle system while keeping the compact lethality of manpads. On the move or from a halt, it can detect, track and launch quickly, multiplying the short-range air defense coverage a brigade or battalion can field. So why is this showing up in headlines about the Philippines in 2026? Manila has been actively modernizing its air defense and strike posture in recent years, training with and hosting U.S. systems like the Typhoon mid-range launcher and publicly exploring a range of options for improving deterrence in the South China Sea. Those procurement and partnership moves have made any news about new launcher types particularly consequential for regional diplomacy and alliance politics. Important context: official Philippines purchases of foreign weapon systems are carefully publicized and often tied to training or partnership agreements. Coverage mentioning JIBQ-S in connection to the Philippines could therefore mean different things, from open acquisition, to battlefield imagery misattributed to the archipelago, to reporting on regional arms flows and interest. That uncertainty matters when you weigh the political and strategic reaction. Technical snapshot for viewers who like the nuts and bolts: JIBQ-S vehicles usually carry 4 missiles ready to fire, with additional reloads on board. The system emphasizes automation, automated target acquisition, fire control and the ability to engage small, low-signature threats such as drones and cruise missiles at short range. That combination, automation plus manpads lethality plus mobility, is what gives it tactical value on a crowded, contested battlefield. How would a system like this change things for the Philippines? On the positive side, JIBQ-S-style vehicles would strengthen point air defense around critical bases, ships in littoral zones, or troop concentrations. They're cheaper and easier to operate than full missile batteries, and they plug the gap against low-altitude threats that larger radar, launcher systems struggle to handle. For an island nation with many vulnerable littoral approaches, that's a meaningful capability boost. But there are trade-offs. Very short-range systems don't replace mid- or long-range deterrence. They protect against close threats but don't stop long-range cruise missiles or ballistic threats. And certain acquisitions can have political consequences. Neighbors and major powers react strongly to perceived shifts in regional balance, especially when systems with Russian provenance are mentioned in Southeast Asia. That's one reason reports linking specific launcher types to the Philippines draw immediate diplomatic attention. A quick look at operational use: in other theaters where JIBQ-S variants have been observed, commanders have used them to create layered short-range belts protecting convoys, command posts and forward airfields. Their ability to carry extra reloads on board and to fire proven manpads gives them logistical resilience. You're not reliant on a single reload vehicle, and the mobility lets them reposition as threats or front lines shift. Now let's talk implications and what to watch next. If the Philippines were to procure or host JIBQ-S vehicles, or anything similar, Expect 3 immediate signals. 1. Improved short-range air defense posture around key islands and bases. 2. Heavier diplomatic scrutiny from regional powers and external partners. And 3. An acceleration of training and interoperability activities with whichever supplier or partners are involved. Watch official Defense Ministry statements, procurement paperwork, and training announcements for confirmation. For the public and enthusiasts, don't equate a single system with offensive intent. Short-ranged systems like the JIBQ-S are primarily defensive. They're about protecting forces and infrastructure. That distinction matters in public debate, because defensive systems can still be politicized in international media and by states responding to perceived threats. Closing thought for the channel: whether this story is about real Philippine acquisitions, a misattributed image, or broader shifts in regional air defense interest, it's a snapshot of how small, mobile systems are changing modern air defense. They're inexpensive, flexible, and increasingly common in a maritime region full of small islands and evolving drone threats. The trend is worth following closely. If you want, I can turn this into a 9-minute read-aloud script, timed and paced, a punchy thumbnail text line and 3 title options, or a short sequence of on-screen facts to use as B-roll labels. Which one do you want next?